So I was thinking it's 2:35.
It's okay. Oh no, that would be very
Yeah,
tight.
for
It's
that
rolling.
Okay.
So while they're rolling cameras, we're allowed to talk.
Okay.
Where I usually take prep as well. Music.
Let's make it.
You know, speaking of the
Look. Hmm?
you see the episode?
Not yet. It's a lot. It's hundreds.
This text is only to give me time to send Welcome back to Yoga Express. You're watching an episode that you've been waiting for a very long time because I have not had Harinam back with us in a long time, in a very long time. Before I reintroduce Harinam, of course, he's not easy to forget, but before I bring you up to speed on what he's been up to, let me tell you a little bit about what we've been up to. We are now in episode number 558. And that's a lot because we've had you with us for the last 7, 8 years. And now we are hoping to give you up to episode number 700. And then we'll probably move into Ayurvedic cooking. All that is on the back burner for now. Now, before we move on, I'd like to say thanks to our amazing crew. Thank you so much, Malik Parker, our facilitator. Thank you so much for setting up the lights. You have done a great job. I love the combination gold and purple. Goes well, blends with our mat here, and blends with Harinam's clothes too. He's in Muladhara Chakra, a red color, and then you've got gold. I also want to acknowledge our crew, our director, Vita Fraga. And on camera, we have Lucas Veloso. Malik, Vita, and Lucas, thank you so much for being there for us. Harinam, you've been away from our show for a very long time. And I know that you are not a person who just sits by. I know you've been up to a lot of stuff. I wanted to know, I was very, very interested in knowing a little more, and I want my viewers to know a little more about Harinam's new book, Khalsa Consciousness. And when, actually, the credit you have up there is for the host, which is me, and you've got Harinam's image over there, but you'll get Harinam's credits as well. When our camera person has a chance, if you can focus on Harinam's book, Khalsa Consciousness, and we're going to get Harinam's details over there in just a moment. There you go. Now, when a camera person has a chance, they're going to tell, but before that, we're going to have Harinam tell us a little more. Harinam, what was your inspiration for this book?
Well, that book was actually, Banu, probably 30 years in the making. And I actually,
Wow.
and I actually wrote the book in one day.
You did?
I actually wrote the book in one day, but it was basically just the amalgam of 30 years conceptually.
Right.
And then I just was able to put it down in one day. And what it actually is it attempts to be a concise and simple explanation of the Khalsa Dharma, put out really over 300 years ago by a great saint named Guru Gobind Singh,
Right.
that you may be aware of.
I-
And he had a very, very unique path towards liberation. So the attempt of this book, because I don't believe anybody's actually done this before, is actually put this in a very clear, concise explanation of the Khalsa path to liberation
Right.
as taught by Guru Gobind Singh 300 years ago in a way that anybody from any background could understand and apply to their own life, whether they would walk this path or not.
And it's amazing. I love what you just said. It's 30 years in the making, but it just took you one day, which obviously means it is so ingrained in you. You already, it's you. It's part of you, right?
Yeah,
because
that's,
you know
that's
exactly
a good
what
way
you're
of
going
saying
to say.
this, of course.
Yeah, that's beautiful because when you are so much into it, I'm trying to get this book to stand up so whenever our camera person has a chance, they can focus on the book. But tell us a little more. So
Whoops.
I know.
But you can get that on Amazon
Yeah.
or my website. Very easy.
Okay, so Harinam's website is also when his credits come up, as you're going to see in a few moments from now. I think it's already come up once, but what's your website called?
KhalsaConsciousness.com.
KhalsaConsciousness.com. Beautiful. They've got the camera
there
right
you
on
go.
the book. There you
Yeah,
go. I
thank
wanted
you.
to make sure that they got that.
Nice.
And I like the design. Who did your cover design for
It's
you?
all a secret.
Okay, I'm not going to give that away. So, folks, if you want to know more about Harinam's book and you want to get into Harinam's head, get his book first. So go there, go to Amazon.com.
Hopefully getting into Guru Gobind Singh's head, because the book's really not about me.
Look for Khalsa Consciousness by Harinam Singh Khalsa. Harinam, what do you have planned for me today?
Well, today, it's kind of locked into one aspect of the book.
Right.
Because one thing that I did mention in the book, and it's a good place to start,
Right.
and we'll do some yoga later in class,
Sure.
but I think these are things that would really affect any human being. Okay,
This is a good
regardless
place
of
to start.
This is a very universal
Spiritual
message,
search.
very universal message, and
Right.
of course a good place to start. And I don't want to get too philosophical about it because that would be hours. But a good place to start is the purpose of life, and all the masters say the purpose of life is to liberate while yet alive, and
Right.
it comes in different languages, but it's a liberation message. So if the purpose of life is to liberate, obviously the next question is what's holding us back? Okay, so there's something in the way, otherwise we wouldn't
Right,
be here.
right.
And if you do study all the masters, including Guru Gobind Singh, but in other paths as well, as I've studied many different paths, they talk about the human condition, and that we're vulnerable.
Right.
We're vulnerable emotionally, psychologically, and that's one thing we have in common is we have these you call about human weaknesses, human vulnerabilities, and they're often talking about as the 5 human enslavements.
Right.
Right, which other paths describe differently, but more or less it's pretty much the same. These are the 5 human enslavements,
Right.
basically preventing us from being free, holding us back, basically getting in the way of our living the kind of fulfilling life we'd like to live, and ultimately holding us back from life's purpose of liberation. And those would be anger, greed, pride, lust, and attachment. Those are the 5 human vulnerabilities. And so when people talk, people talk about the spiritual path, but ultimately, from my experience, the spiritual path is actually the process of breaking free from the things that are enslaving me as a human being. Okay,
Right.
regardless, it's nothing to do with religion or anything. It's like that's just the human condition. And so when you're free of the things holding you back, then you've attained life's purpose, which is liberation. Okay, so as I've gone through it in my own life, I can really say, okay, that's what's held me back, and this is what I have to liberate myself from.
I
So
love
that's basically the stuff. So I thought it would be interesting. We'll have a couple of different classes, and of course, you could talk weeks about any of these things, but I'm trying to do the heroic thing here and talk in a few minutes about
Right.
a very big
You are a
subject.
spiritual counselor, so I can imagine
Well,
your
I'm-
classes must be very interesting.
Well, and I could talk like a week just about what I'll talk about in the next, 5 or 8 minutes.
Right.
But let's let's take on one for this class, and then we'll do a yoga set that's basically directed at it.
Right.
And that would be the one I think that most people are the most familiar with, and that would be anger. Okay, and that's something that
Living in New
almost
York.
all of us, especially living in New York, but it's something actually that everybody has experienced at least some point
Can
in
we
their
send
life.
a copy to the White
Anger.
House?
Yeah. Well, I'll talk a little about that later. But everybody has experienced anger, and it's very and so the first question, what actually is it? I mean, how do you define it? So, in terms of a universal and a broader view, actually, anger is the only one of the five enslavements that is actually an emotion. The other four are not. So this is the only one of the five that you could say is like a feeling, like a human emotion.
Right, so it's controllable.
Yeah, well, it is, and the others are too.
Okay.
But this one is actually kind of an emotion.
Right.
And so anger, I think, is best defined as your ego. And when I mean your ego is like your individualized self,
Right,
not
right.
your like universal self, your individualized self when your ego is on fire. That's actually
Oh,
what
that's
it
a lovely
is.
expression.
That's what it is. It's your ego on fire. And so the first question is, and a lot of people have trouble really isolating and defining what it is because it's kind of melded together with other things.
Right.
So I'm trying to isolate it so people can recognize it. So the first question is, what actually does it feel like? What does anger feel like? And so what it is, as I described, it's hot and it's intense. And it's actually very stimulating. And it's one of the reasons actually a lot of people enjoy being angry.
Because it makes them feel good.
That's right. It's basically, it's adrenaline. And so
Right.
some people, everybody's saying it's so horrible, but actually it's part of it that people find very stimulating and enjoyable, and it's addictive. And some people get addicted to being angry because they like how it feels, because it makes them feel alive. So people do kind of get familiarized with it.
Right.
So other than it being hot and intense, the thing that it can do, because it's so hot and intense, it can make you feel very shut off. And
From the world.
From the world and from other people, because again, we want to feel connected and liberated, but it makes you feel small and not large. It makes you feel small, and in its very bad sense, it can make you obsess and really lose touch of who you are, because whatever you're mad about, it could start controlling you, where you're obsessing on the object of that to where everything else is shut out. And then it can make you say things you wish you never said. You can't believe what's out of your mouth and you can't bring it back,
Right.
which is, of course, is very dangerous, can destroy relationships. And even it can make a person aggressive and violent who's not necessarily an aggressive person.
Right.
So, I used to practice criminal law, so I used to be in the world of like crimes of passion. But somebody's very calm, comes home, sees his wife in bed with his best friend, and he's a very peaceful person, and in 1 second he
Something snaps.
kills his friend because something snaps, and he's not him. And so the deepest problem about the anger is that when you're in the midst of it, you're not you.
Right.
And it's not only dangerous in your own life, but it'll hold you back from, of course, life's
reducing.
purpose. So that's how it feels. And what triggers it generally is your ego not getting what it wants, including how people treat you from the past or the present. It could be angry at other people and how they conduct themselves. And we're talking about even things politically. We want things to be the way we want them to be,
Right.
ultimately. And so let's say, for instance, if somebody's president and that's not who you had in mind, okay, and they're saying things you can't believe that you think are against everything you believe in, that could provoke your anger. But of course, on a more neutral thing, your ego is just not getting the world that it would like to see. It's getting another world, and it's objecting to it, and objects through anger.
You have a beautiful way of expressing. I have a quick question on that. Can anger be positive?
Oh, that was going to be my next thing.
Oh, okay.
See, she's very good. She reads my mind all the time. We've known each other a long time. So the question then is it always good? Is it always bad? Now, ultimately, in terms of liberation, it's bad, because you got to kind of break free from its hold. But it's not necessarily always bad. Like the it's and it really gets to the question of what to do with it.
Right.
Okay, because basically you have to somehow free yourself from it. Otherwise, you become a slave to it. It's one of the human enslavements. So when you're in it, well, the first benefit of it is that, and the best way I would compare it to is alcoholism. Somebody is in the throes of being an alcoholic, a drug addict, or they're habitually angry, and it's so destructive in their life and to those around them that it motivates them to, for the first time, take a serious look at their life and move forward. So it can be a motivator.
Right.
And the second thing is that there's a way to kind of transfer it. So in other words, almost every great social movement has been based on anger about how things
channel
are
it.
and channel it. And you know, you can read, you know, Martin Luther King and Gandhi and all this. They were absolutely appalled and angry about the unfairness of the way the world is, and it motivated them to actually make great changes in the world. So virtually every great social movement has been based on the anger towards how the world is or how
Right.
people are. So, and in doing so, make it a better world. So that is a way of that's one way of dealing it is to channel it and sublimate it.
Right.
Okay, and then the question is, okay, how do you deal with it? Which I just said one way to deal with it is by channeling it towards a positive direction. Take that energy and channel in
Make
a
it
positive direction.
constructive,
But the other way of really overcoming it, in addition to channeling it for social good, is to basically learn how to be comfortable with it. Because most people are angry and they're like this, but they're very uncomfortable with anger. But as long as they're uncomfortable with it, it controls them.
That's a lovely
But
point.
I have learned that what you actually have to do is to just be comfortable. Okay, that's anger. And then it loses its power over you. It doesn't intimidate
So
you.
accept it.
Accept it, and plus
And
accept
acknowledge
it,
it, yeah.
acknowledge it, and be comfortable with it,
Right.
and just sit with it and learn from it.
Right.
Because it's not necessarily your enemy, okay? Because sometimes it's justified. Because, like for instance, if I'm angry, I like being angry, and the reason I like being angry, but it's not forever, is that if you make me angry, it's because you've done something you shouldn't have done.
Right.
Okay, and I just pay attention to that it's provoked me, and you got my attention, thank you very much. But I don't hold on to it.
Right.
But it's kind of reminding me, hey, this person's trying to take advantage of you, or you need a new president. You know, something like that. But I don't hold on to it,
Right.
because if you hold on to it, it's very dangerous,
Mhm.
and it could destroy you
It can
and the
be
people
destroyed.
around you. And ultimately, the last thing I'll say before we get into the yoga set is that ultimately the way to work through these all these human enslavements is by the development of virtue, which is a key element of spiritual and personal development. And each of these enslavements really invoke particular virtues. And so if you can develop you don't have to necessarily overcome anger, you can develop the virtue that's associated on the other side. So for instance, in the case of anger, if you develop the virtues of love, compassion, forgiveness, there's nothing to be angry about. So I've learned that I don't necessarily try to directly overcome an enslavement because it's not realistic. But what I've learned is by actually strengthening the virtue that's kind of like the opposing virtue,
Right.
that just dissipates. So in other words, if I can really, don't worry about my anger, really just be comfortable with it and develop my ability to be compassionate and forgiving.
Right.
And when I'm compassionate and forgiving and kind and loving, then the anger's lost its hold on me.
Let's
Okay.
put anger in such deep perspective. And, I
Well, these things are actually pretty simple. They're not easy to overcome. But
Right.
and even I try to do this by writing this book. I'm trying to keep things simple and not overly philosophical.
Right.
But then,
Right.
because they're not that complicated. But it takes commitment to pay attention and develop your virtue,
Right.
understand anger, be comfortable with it, and it'll lose its power over you. Okay? And then when it loses its power over you, you're one step closer to being liberated because now you're one step less enslaved. Because it's
basically-
very anger can enslave you. And once it loses its hold on you, you're just that much more free permanently.
So would it be accurate for me to condense that, say, acknowledge it, accept it, then set it free? Is that what I'm
Acknowledge,
doing?
I'd say be comfortable with it.
Be comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just be comfortable with it, pay attention
Right.
to it,
Yeah.
to where even it can help you, and develop the virtues that are necessary to dissolve it.
I love that.
That's it.
And are there exercises?
Yeah,
to
and so
facilitate that?
I'd like to give you a short, this is a condensed version, because we'll do this for about a minute each, because we got
Okay.
11 minutes left. But normally, this would take like, we'll do each thing for about a minute,
Okay.
where we would normally do it for 3 minutes, okay?
Got it.
But as you remember, very quickly, we got to tune in, because this is Kundalini
Sure.
Yoga set.
Yes.
So 3 times, we'll do it real fast, because we don't have that much time, but it'll be Om Namo
Wait,
Guru
how
Dev
much time
Namo.
do we have?
We've got, I think, 11 minutes,
11
12
oh,
minutes, so we have
nice.
just
Yeah,
enough
you're
time.
keeping good.
Okay, so you put our hands together and we'll chant 3 times. Inhale. Om Ganamo Gurudeva Namo. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. Om Namo Gurudeva Namo. And inhale. And exhale. So why don't we start, and I'll describe this as we go along to save a little time. So the very first thing we're going to do is actually just massage your middle finger, right hand, massage the left middle finger right above that joint, the top joint, and just oddly enough, just kind of massage it like this. Because this, as you know, in the body, everything's connected to everything else, but this is actually helpful. Somebody's mad, just have them do this, actually, believe it or not. Calm them down, just this.
Where's this?
Right here. Just massage that, and that will calm somebody down, just doing that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to try that.
Okay, so I'm not saying it's everything, but it is helpful. It is helpful. So start massaging this, okay? And again, the set that I'm going to give you here is a set to repair the damage of ill-advised anger. So as we say, some anger is actually righteous anger, and some anger is needless and ill-advised, and it's not really productive. And so saying ill-advised anger, because being angry, okay, can actually, you deal with health a lot, but anger is one of those things, if you hold on to it, it can actually very much affect your health, especially
Right.
your nervous system. Okay, and so we want to kind of give ourselves a break from the years of anger, kind of
Holding it in.
unconscious and conscious anger, kind of damaging our bodies and our nervous system.
So
okay?
if I'm angry, and sometimes I don't know why I'm angry, if I
Understand.
do this, will it help calm me
It should,
down?
it should.
I'm
yeah.
going to try it.
Okay, so this, and now make fists, and with your thumb out, put to the side, and if you remember, we have very rapid breathing from the navel point called breath fire. You remember that?
Yes.
It's through the nose very rapidly. Keep up, keep up, keep up. Keep up, keep up.
My train is slowing.
Keep that train going. Okay, inhale, I'll give you a break. Normally this would be 3 minutes, but we just did that for a minute. Okay, exhale, and now put your hands on your knees and just rotate your shoulders very slowly, making circles from back to front, okay? Okay, now inhale. Now put your hands open. Put your hands open, like the elbows in your rib cage, 45 degrees. And now we're gonna stick our tongues out and like breathe heavily, like panting, like a dog. Like keep up. And again, it's very good for dissipating anger. This. Inhale and exhale. That breathing, by the way, is very good for getting anger out. Also, this kind of called cannon breath. That's also very good for getting anger. Just like that, okay? And there's a meditation. I don't have time to give it today, but there's a very good meditation for blowing anger out, and literally is.
Wow.
Okay, next put your hands together at the chest and firmly impress. Long, deep breathing, and concentrate the navel point. Keep up a few more times. Okay, now lean back. Okay, lean back, and you're going to come into what we call bridge pose, like so. You know that, right?
Yes.
And then lift your left leg up, point your toe, and breath of fire.
You're joking.
Huh?
Oh, I hope I can keep up with you.
No, you keep it up. I'm watching, you're doing, right? That's how you keep it up. Okay, another 15 seconds. Doing great. See what, this is normally 3 minutes. I'm being so kind to you. I'm always kind to you. Okay, keep up, keep up. Another 5 seconds.
Rita, I
Okay,
hope you're getting all
inhale,
this.
exhale, and down. Okay, very good.
Whew.
Okay, now from there, just grab your knees and come rock and rolling.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
going to give
that's not too
an
bad.
angle. Oh, let me go this
Just
way.
like so. Make a ball of your body. There you go.
This actually.
There you go.
You know what?
Keep up,
Let me
keep
give
up.
them. I'm going to give the
Just
camera
another
an
10
angle so
seconds.
you
And again, everybody, this is a shortened version. We normally would be doing this for 2 or 3 minutes each, but you can take notes on this, and you can extend this yourself. Okay, inhale and come up. Come standing up. This is the only upright position we have. Whoa! Me too. We're getting up there, right? And then start running in place. There you go. Running in place, running in place, running in place. Just another.
It's amazing how we can get rid of anger just in one spot.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, you
great.
can. This is a good, and it's also, this is very good for damage, repairing the damage.
I don't have to throw things around. break
Right. Okay. Now
plates.
come down. Come sitting on your heels. Okay. Now put interlace your fingers behind you, right, like so. Okay. And what you want to do is you're going to bring your. I'm a little muscle bound because I'm in the gym, but you want to try to bring your arms up in 4, like inhale, 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 up, and then exhale down in 1. Keep your head down. Heads down, and then inhale, 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 and 4, and then exhale down in 1. But keep the head down. Right. So just use your arms. Inhale, 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 inhale. Keep the head down. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale, 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 and then exhale down. Beautiful. Come sitting up. And very shortly here, just take our hands a few times. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. And exhale right. Now inhale through both nostrils. Exhale and bring your hands up. Make fists and just open and close your hands a few times.
Okay.
And hands down. And then we'll just end very quickly. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Satanam. Okay, a shortened version of repairing ill-placed anger.
That was.
And you can kind of, and again, you can imagine if you did that, we did each one for less than a minute because of time limitations. But if you at home do this for 1 minute each,
Right.
for 3 minutes,
3 minutes
each,
each,
the whole thing will take you about a half hour, and it'll calm you down, but specifically, it'll kind of repair the damage that's been done over years of holding on to ill-placed anger, which is very common.
Vita, how are we doing for time? Because I think we
I
may
think we're
have,
about it. I think, aren't we?
did we didn't start exactly on time. So,
We
Vita,
started-
how are we doing? Lucas? Do we have some more time to fit something else in?
3 minutes.
No,
Three
that's what I
minutes
thought,
more?
3
Beautiful,
minutes.
beautiful. Actually, you can probably help us. You know how you said we were doing this for a minute each now?
Yes.
We do 3 minutes.
Yes.
So you're talking about anger as being, it's an emotion. We talked about the five, what did you
Yeah,
call
human
these beautiful-
enslavements.
5 human enslavements. So essentially, can these be done simultaneously? I know you haven't spoken about the other 4 yet.
Right.
But let's say you experience 2 emotions, or they're not, the others are all.
No,
its
you're
own
normally, you're dealing with all 5 at the same
emotion. At
time.
the same time?
Sure.
Wow, okay.
And the one we may not get to, and we could talk, because I think we're gonna do 4.
Yeah, we can give that a little
And we
intro
may-
right now.
But
Yeah, a little bit.
attachment is the most complicated.
Okay.
Because it's the most hard to isolate. It's very easy to, on the other ones, it's, for instance, anger is easy to identify.
Right.
People are so attached to so many things at the same time, they don't even know they're attached.
And so Buddha said, Buddha had I watched a series called The Buddha, and he was a prince, as you know, you might have heard of him. He said apparently that attachment is the main cause of all pain and sorrow. And he would know, because when you're attached to something or someone and you lose that person, then you experience pain.
Well, I'm
I don't
familiar
know
with his
how-
teachings, but I would actually say beyond that, that the Buddha and others have taught, that actually desire is the root of all suffering, and that attachment is the
It's a
result
symptom
of
of-
desire.
Us,
Right,
yeah,
so I'm
that's
talking about
nice.
the enslaved now. So desire would lead to attachment because you
Right.
want something, so you're attached to it. So the
Okay.
enslavement is attachment more than desire.
What about
Desire is what
attach-
causes attachment. And attachment is
Ah.
actually one of the 5 human enslavements because it's really the human's tendency to lose themselves and identify with something other than themselves
Right.
as their self-identity. And that is what we would call Maya.
Okay, the
One-
Maya consciousness.
That's what Maya is. Maya is thinking what's not real to be real.
Right, an illusion.
It's-
Maya's
it's a-
illusion.
Well, it's not so much illusion. Maya is real, but it's basically, it's a misidentification with things that are temporary and physical as being permanent, which they are not.
Right.
So it's not that it's not real, it's just not permanent.
It's not permanent.
Right,
I like
that's what
that.
Maya is. And so when you identify with things that are permanent, impermanent,
Impermanent. As a
uh,
Philippine.
and your soul is permanent, then there's a mismatch.
Got it. I'm really looking forward to taking a look at your book because I would love to read it. It doesn't look very thick, so I think
An
it's
hour.
a very easy read.
An hour, or it's the kind of book you can read the whole thing in an hour, or it's the kind of thing you could just kind of read a page a
That's-
day.
I
It's
tend
like a
to do
very, it's
that.
more like
I tend to
very
do that.
short.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm
very
really looking
stripped out.
forward to it, and I'm literally looking at, and I've not read many books that are more than 100 pages, so 84 pages. Easy read.
And
it
most of
looks-
those pages don't have a lot of words in them, so it's a very, very
30
short
years
book.
of wisdom condensed into 84 pages. Only Harinam Singh Khalsa. Only Harinam could do that. Thank you, Vita, our director, Lucas on camera, and Malik, our facilitator. Thank you so much. If you can roll the credits at the end, we will wrap up for today. For those of you who are watching us, thank you for staying with us. Come back next week. Harinam will be back with us for the next, at least next 2 or 3 episodes, talking about the remainder of the, what did you, again,
5
that
human
word? The 5
enslavements.
human enslavements, the remainder, the other 4 enslavements. So you are watching Yoga Express. Harinam, that was great. I really enjoyed it. It was a brief exercise, like 5 simple exercises,
Mhm.
but I was, oh my God, it was tough. It was tough. And you talk about 3 minutes each.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
can
that's
imagine if
good.
I have a lot of anger, I think it should go in just 1 or 2 of those. You folks, you know where to contact Harinam. You just saw his credits roll there. So stay in touch. Harinam Singh Khalsa, thank you so much for appearing on our show. We look forward to having you back.
De nada.
What did you say?
That's you're welcome in Spanish.
Oh, is that what? I need to learn
I normally
Spanish.
not. You know what? These days I speak Spanish more than English.
You
Living
do?
in Mexico.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so
How is,
I'll go weeks without speaking English.
are things less hectic than they are here?
It's its own type of hecticness. I miss this type of hecticness.
You do miss
Oh,
it.
totally, totally. It's my favorite place.
New York?
Yeah.
High five. I
Oh
love
no,
this
I
place.
mean, you know what?
I
And
love it.
I'm living on the beach in a condo, right in the ocean.
Wow.
The sun sets every night. Beach is right there.
That's it.
Pool.
Thank you.
Everything. I'd still live in New York.
You still live it.
I mean, it's very relaxing. I got the ocean, and it's all.